Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Down Under FPL podcast. I'm Russell, and this is
Brandon, and we're your hosts for this. And if you've been following us along and tuning in, thanks for subscribing and even just following along. What a game week 3. Once again, Russ, how many points do you get? 90 points again.
92. 92, baby. Let's
He's on
go.
fire. Russ is ranked 15K overall to start the season. And tell us your strategy, or tell us who you've got.
So, who I have?
Who's your two premiums?
My premiums, for me, Haaland and Salah cannot leave the squad. They are not going anywhere. I've chained them down, and they are, just locked in.
He was one of the beneficiaries that started with Haaland and Saka, and I'm just sitting there going, fuck off, Russ. Seriously, how did you pick both of them and fit him in your side? And he still managed 90-something points. I captained Palmer, and I had Haaland there sitting there, and to be fair, in the first half when I watched the Chelsea game, Chelsea were all over Palace. And then the second half, I went to sleep because it was overnight here in Australia. We don't go to God knows what hour.
And obviously Chelsea fell asleep too.
They fell asleep and the man Eze returns.
Oh, mate, he came back with a vengeance. It was a banger too.
It was a great goal outside the box. I scored 61 points. I was pretty disappointed because my captaincy let me down by 22 points.
Oh, no.
But I've got the captaincy on Haaland for this after the international break. So I haven't thought about getting in Salah yet because I've got 4 premiums and I've already wildcarded last week.
Yeah. I reckon you're going to get a couple of price rises in the next couple of weeks. I'd probably look at getting him around end of October. I think it was. They have a pretty good fixture run.
They do.
But then you've got to be careful of our December run.
And Champions League, right?
Hard,
Champions League will come around. They've just signed Chiesa. They've got all these guys here. So, look, if you've got the triple up Liverpool, you're flying like Russ, you know. I got Trent in, obviously, my wild card, so that helped me out. I think Liverpool's defence have been fantastic. So, I guess we'll start there.
Yeah, well, we haven't conceded a game. Haven't conceded a goal in these 3 games, and we're looking pretty deadly. I think Slot has come in with an idea of, yes, we are going to, attack very similar to what Klopp did, all right? But let's focus more on just defending first.
They're defending, there's possession, there's build-up play, there's things that you just haven't seen with Klopp, what he did in previous years, because it was all gung-ho attack. It was just all-out attack, literally in FIFA or EA Sports, just all-in, all-out attack.
Yeah.
And double striker, half-top, try and get the centre-backs up top as well. But look, at the end of the day, it's good to see, that they've obviously adapted to the new manager, but the manager's given the players the respect to be able to say, this is already an existing team. I'm coming in here just to be able to continue to move forward, not try and change everything.
Yeah.
They're still allowing, you guys to attack in the final third the way you want to attack, but the build-up play is different. Yeah,
the build-up play is very different. It's very, quick touch passing, There was a video that came out and literally in the back end of that United game where Salah was passing around with Szoboszlai and a couple of the other...
little rondo.
Yeah, a little bit of rondo. All of a sudden, there's a training video that's emerged and it's that exact same play, just about the exact same, mirrored. I'm like, all right, I like it.
When you do this every day and you do it training, you're doing rondo pretty much to warm up probably every day, you get a feel for your own plays. And I think you can see with Liverpool at the moment, they've got absolute belief in each other as players and trust in each other that they can pass them the ball, do the job. There's a good chemistry there.
Yeah, there definitely is. And look, I don't want the international break. I don't want it.
This is the time where teams, funnily enough, it's about momentum in sports, and it kills momentum when you stop playing as a group and playing week in, week out football. If there's any team that needs the break, it's Everton.
Oh, God.
How shit are Everton as a whole? How shit are they?
Oh, my God.
They are playing so bad. How can you choke a 2-0 lead in the 89th minute and lose 3-2 to Bournemouth at home?
Tell you what, if those Everton fans weren't pissed before, they definitely are now. That is just disgusting. Look, we've all seen our team blow a 2-0 lead.
Not with 5 minutes to go.
But not with that much left.
They could have wasted so much time. They could have
Play
just
smart, man.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I just woke up the next morning because I saw Everton were up 2-0 in the first half. And then I woke up the next morning and saw they lost 3-2. And then I saw your message and you're like, what about Everton? You know, like they just choked.
Take a pick from Jose Mourinho, mate. Park the damn bus.
Park the bus. And it's like they just stopped defending. They stopped defending and they scored 3 goals pretty much off crosses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I saw. And I'm like, how do you just fold defensively like that? Even get it.
Everton will get relegated.
They will get relegated this year. And they'll probably sack Dyche in the next probably 3 weeks, I would say.
You reckon 3 weeks? Wow, that's soon.
I think it'll be soon because if they lose the next 3 in a row, they've lost 0 from 6.
Yeah, very true. And then there's only one man that can save Everton. Big Sam Allardyce.
Big Sam. Big Sam to keep him up. I don't know if there's any other managers there that want to take on that Everton job, especially with the financial fair play rules that have kind of gone on.
And look, we touched on that. We said that the financial fair play is what's going to really kill Everton. And I think it has.
I think it has.
It's taken a toll, just not on like the club and the fans, like just the players. The players just look dejected. They don't look like they want to play. Pickford still gets picked for England #1. Just saying, stupid. But
Pope should be in front of him.
Yeah,
you'd think Pope will be better than.
Yeah,
like
Pope made some banger saves on the weekend.
He does, and he always does. He's always so consistent in terms of his output. So, yeah, look, Everton are in struggle street, but credit to Bournemouth that kept fighting to the end because that 3-2 is exciting to watch when you see 3 goals in 5 minutes. But it just looking at the crowd and even the highlight videos, you see how dejected the Everton fans were, and I feel sorry for them because they're following a team that is horrendous. Whereas they could just follow someone right across the road that would be delivering a bit of success in Liverpool.
Yeah. It's
I wonder how many Evertonians have switched clubs to Liverpool, even with the rivalry that's just teared up their jersey and just put on a Liverpool jersey.
I feel like I can't speak. Like I'm a Wanderers supporter that was a Sydney supporter. So, I mean, like, but
it's like you know, the same equivalent of them switching clubs is probably the equivalent of going and working at a place that you never thought you would ever work at before.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or never thought, that's not for me.
Yeah, or jumping from from working at KFC to working at Macca's or something. No.
Yeah, like just and then bagging the shit out of them afterwards as well. It's part of that, but God, it was a wacky week of football, and we'll go through. I think the Arsenal game and Rice's red card changed the game and dynamic because Arsenal were on top.
Yeah, they were just on top of it, and it's stupid. Like there's only one word, and that's stupid, right? One of the main rules is that if you give away a foul, you're not to stand in front of the ball to slow the ball down.
Let alone kick it away.
Brighton were slowing the ball down deliberately a lot, right? But that doesn't mean Declan Rice, who's already on a yellow, should step in front. Like, it's stupid.
And Veltman obviously played the referee a lot. He threw the ball out where you're supposed to throw the ball in the spot where it's meant to be. He threw it about 3 meters forward.
Yeah.
And Rice obviously could see it then because he was walking back and he could see the ball next to him, and he just taps it and then obviously taps it as he's about to kick it and gets collected at the same time. And I thought, here we go. The yellow card's for Veltman because he obviously collected the man and kicked.
Yeah.
And then it was for Rice, and I just sat there and went, this is good. I wild card and got rid of my Arsenal defenders. So I was sitting there going, no clean sheets for Arsenal today.
Card both. In that sense.
Card both. I would have to card both.
Because you literally kicked a player. You can't kick a player. Yeah. People are calling you for a red card for Veltman. I'm like, you look at the circumstance of it.
And Arsenal still had a chance to win the game. Like, they had two massive chances. Yeah. Havertz, and then who else was it? Saka.
Yeah.
Both of them had... Well, Havertz had a massive one-on-one opportunity with the keeper, and Van der Bergen made a great save.
Oh, fantastic.
Great save to his left, and he just so he kept him in it. But, for any of us FPL managers that we all sat João Pedro, I did.
Yeah. Oh, stupidly transferred him out.
To be fair, before the red card, it didn't even look like Brighton were even going to get a shot on target.
Yeah.
Arsenal were in control of that game, and they should have really had a few more goals.
Yeah, I guess they just didn't take their chances.
They didn't.
No, I think a lot of Arsenal fans in the aftermath of the game were like, the red card changed everything, which it did.
It did change everything.
But in saying that, you were in control for how much of that game? and you didn't put away your chances. It hit him last year. Yeah, same thing. Just didn't put away chances.
It's huge
It
because
hits teams every single time.
in the first half, Saka was going through Hinselwood like wood.
Oh, mate.
He was tearing him up to shreds, just bamboozling him, and they kind of stopped going there again.
Yeah.
They stopped going there, and I think Mitoma was obviously carving up as well.
Yeah, he done well.
He did well.
He's looking so good.
He looks back.
Yeah. He looks absolutely scary. Like, he's quick, he's agile. I think he hit, like, a little bit of injuries.
Last season, he did.
But good to see him sort of back and creating a little bit. I think there'll be a lot more to come from him. I think Brighton have Ipswich this weekend.
They do.
Don't they?
Next, after the international break, they've got Ipswich, and then they go into another bottom 8 side.
Yep.
Bottom 10 side. But I think overall, you look at him, Kai Havertz, he's their number 9 now. He's scoring goals. He's at 8.1 million. I think he's a bargain.
Yeah.
He's going to score goals.
Yeah, 100%. So, but I mean, we'll wait and see, obviously, how they go for their international teams. If you're thinking about making changes, don't do it. Just saying. Like, do not do it until...
Unless you don't have Haaland or Salah, and you need to get both in ASAP.
Yeah.
Because, you got to at least have one or the other. But if you got both, like this man over here that's flying, I'm just waiting for today for both of them to shit the bed so then he gets a shit score so then I can actually catch up.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, I'm sitting there just collecting dust in his rear vision mirror, and I'm going further and further away. I'm 62 points away from him, and I'm thinking, fuck you, man. Like, just have a shit week. Come on, Salah. Do something shit. Do nothing. And he just keeps matching Haaland, and they're both on the same amount of points.
Yeah, it's
scary to not own.
Yeah, 100%. I think if you don't have them, then you desperately need to wild card it, or I'm going to be honest, take at least like a 4-point or an 8-point hit to get one of those two in.
And I can tell already in the transfers that people are taking a -4, just making 2 transfers to get him in, and that's fair enough because he'll probably return you a good amount of points already. So it's a good for that type of player, a -4 hit for Salah. I think it's worth it.
I saw someone on like one of these FPL groups. I don't know if it was bait. Like, surely it was. But he'd made like 8 transfers without using a wild card. It was taking like a 20-something, like 28-point hit. I'm like, you absolute donut.
Idiot. I know Mo Salah in Game Week 2 took a -32 because he didn't wild card either.
Yeah.
And that's just him just having fun with the game. I'm surprised that, even in FPL, that the pros are still allowed to play it, even though they're playing.
Yeah.
Because I know that it could be technically very betting and
true.
different regulations.
Yeah.
Like,
I think there was something about that with Ivan Toney.
There was for the betting, but not the FPL.
Wasn't for
FPL is just Fantasy Premier League. But if you're a Salah and you own, say for example, you own Diaz or you own Jota and you're in the same team, and you're just saying, I'm going to feed you today because I've triple captained you, or, they're not even playing the game to win it. They're playing for FPL points. So
surely they'd have better priorities than that, though, wouldn't they?
You think even like Virgil would have himself in his own team because he's like, I back me to score.
Obviously not on the weekend just gone because he made a foul and got a yellow card. So.
Yeah, he did. So unfortunately, that's how
kicking himself out of
that. Yeah, that's kind of where I look at. I think I looked at this week's games, especially with that. Jackson scored for Chelsea. He's an option at 7.6 mil. He's just re-signed for 9 years.
Yeah, what? What is a 9-year contract?
9-year contracts.
Bro.
For someone that's going to score for 15 goals a year, a season.
Yeah, true.
Which
he'll probably miss about 40.
He will miss it. He will miss a lot. And it's very concerning knowing that we've got him to just be our lone number 9.
Yeah.
I think he's great in conjunction with someone. Like, he's great as like a second striker to a main one. And that's why we went for Osimhen, and he's just gone to Galatasaray doing his dances and at 3 a.m. in the morning because he's celebrating his 350K wage a week. Whereas we're stuck here with, one striker.
Yeah.
And with, our...
Technically 2.
Mark Gui or whatever it is. Gui or whatever his name is. Where, look...
You could play in Kunku even.
We could, but we had opportunities. Even Madueke had a few.
Yep.
Pedro Neto still looks really dangerous on the left. I watched the first half, and his speed is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So if we can just get these guys in isolation positions where they're 1v1,
yeah,
like Neto could probably suit a City system. Yeah. Like if he played on one side, Doku on the other side.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, you look at the way that I guess Liverpool are using their wingers. Like they're really releasing them like in a wide position and then allowing them to freely move into space. And then you've got the 10 which sits in behind that, like in between the CDMs and the centre back
in
line.
the pocket. Yeah.
Like it's really interesting to watch. But, like at 100% Chelsea have that potential.
We do. We have it.
But we're just training it.
You can't take your foot off the gas. You know, like as Ange said about Tottenham, he said in the first half we should have buried them. We had the opportunities to bury Newcastle, and then they end up losing. And that's just sport. It's a momentum game where it's going to flip at any moment.
Yeah.
And we saw that in the first game week, Tottenham versus Leicester, and Leicester came back in the second half.
Yep.
You know, we know even looking at other teams that Southampton are obviously struggling. Like, and I don't think, as we spoke about before the podcast, that Ramsdale's going to fix that.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I'll back up what I said last week. Southampton will not win a game in December.
In December or in
December?
September?
In December. In December. Because their fixtures were insane. Like, unless some of that gets postponed and they've got a couple of Carabao Cup games or whatever, however far they make it. Like, I can't see them picking up. I can see them picking up maybe a point.
Like, maybe a draw, but the issue for them is they can't score goals as well. They can't score goals. They've got Cameron Archer on the bench, which, look, he's probably a better starter than Armstrong.
Yeah.
And
what do you think after the first 3 games and then what? They only scored 1 goal?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, they've only scored 1 goal in these first 3 games. So I think Archer has to play.
Someone's got to get up there and
he was with Sheffield United originally.
And he was at Aston Villa, and then he went to
and now he's gone out to
Southampton.
Like, honestly, just play the lad.
Just play him.
He can score.
He can, and he showed that.
Yeah.
And he showed he can score goals. But if we move on to someone like a Villa, shout out to Ollie Watkins that got an assist when he never even touched the ball. So he ended up with 5 points. I brought him in, which I was very happy about. I thought this is going to get taken away. And I just saw some of the FPL group chats and saying, how did Watkins get an assist when he didn't even touch the ball? He didn't even do anything. And I watched the replay of the set piece free kick, and he tried to put his foot in front to tap it, but he never touched it.
I don't get it.
So he got gifted unicorn points, as we call them in FPL. Unicorn points. So I'm happy about that. He got 5. I sold, obviously, Isak, and Isak scored, and he got 9. But I'm still happy with Watkins. I think he'll go all right. He needs to get his fitness up. So I'm really hoping this international break, he starts playing more than 65 minutes because he'll be out of my side for Havertz in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And look, like, I guess that's a risk you take as FPL managers, right? Like, you'll either have someone who's hot or someone who's cold. Like, it's just about trading out. But sometimes when you trade it out, all of a sudden the person that you've traded all of a sudden goes hot.
Well. Yeah, it goes well. It's a double-edged sword, but I'll see after these next 3 more game weeks and with Watkins, and if he doesn't perform against Everton, Wolves, and then Ipswich, then he's definitely out. Yeah. Because you can't not come up against those 3 and not convert points.
Yeah, speaking of Ipswich, they managed to draw against Fulham.
Which I expected.
Like, it's very good. So I'm happy for Ipswich. Like, a lot of people are like, "Oh no, Ipswich 100% first one to go down." Like, mate, they've gotten back-to-back promotions for a reason. All right,
they'll stay up.
It's the Premier League. It's very different, but it's not like Southampton who all of a sudden come up and they're just absolutely shredding it. I reckon Leeds would have done better up here.
Probably. Well, we've got relegation, Everton, Southampton, and then I would say maybe the next team after that is going to be between...
I'm still thinking Wolves, to be honest.
No, I think Wolves will survive. I think they'll survive. It's just they've got enough of a roster to survive. I think it's definitely going to be Everton, Southampton, and then I'd probably look at who else is garbage.
Oh, surely we can put Manchester United there, right?
Maybe United will get relegated. He's hoping.
Shout out to my mate Paul, who's a big United fan. He's a constant listener, and I absolutely gave it to him when we beat him. But look, I mean,
Ten Hag in, not Ten Hag out.
Yeah, keep him in, keep him there.
As Harry Potter would say, you know, we will win trophies.
Yeah,
he's Voldemort.
Look, I think with that game, Man U actually started the game quite well.
I didn't watch it, actually.
Yeah. So, like, I watched it at 3 a.m. on Monday morning.
That's why I didn't watch it.
Yep. Well, it kicked off at 1. And I'm like, I'll just wake up a little bit later as I get ready for work. So, but they started off well. They put together a good couple of passing plays. They looked like they were going to create a couple of good opportunities going into their final third, and then they just turned around, went backwards. And you could hear the Man United fans just getting so pissed at it, which I completely understand. Right? Like, you look at Liverpool. Liverpool used to do that heaps. Even under Jurgen Klopp. Klopp used to be like, yeah, no, okay, turn around, go backwards, there's nothing there. That's where he said it.
You know what the problem is with United, and I think just with their squad, is that they've got some solid players, like good solid players, and then they've got some players that are kind of, in my opinion, fringe first team players. And they're kind of trying to mix these fringe first team players with some solid players. Then they've got no superstars there that can actually, you know, elevate their games. They've got no superstar. No superstar at all. Like, you look at Chelsea, you've got a Cole Palmer, superstar.
Yeah.
Like, he's actually a superstar now. You look at Liverpool, you've got Salah, superstar.
Yeah, superstar.
You've got even Alisson, a great keeper. You know, they've got all these, they've got a couple of Trent, even a couple of superstars in their team. Then you look at City, they've got a whole 11 squad of superstars.
Pretty much.
Then you've got Arsenal, then you've got Saka, you've got Saliba, you've got, even Raya's probably one of the best keepers now at the moment.
Yeah.
You've got, like, they've got actual game-changing players. And then you look at United, they've got not one game-changing player.
Yeah.
Apart from Bruno. But Bruno's been playing as a 9.
Yeah.
Not even as a 10.
Well, even on the weekend, he played as a 10, actually. And Xerxes was the
main pivot.
Yeah, it was the main man.
Did he play a lot of minutes, Xerxes?
I think he ended
half a game.
Yeah. No, I think he got like close to the full 90.
Okay. Well, if you did it right. But I think that's their issue. They just don't have any like actual genuine like title-winning game like players.
Yeah.
To win a championship.
Yeah, players to step up, right? Like,
they might go to the championship next year. So,
mate, Ten Hag will be sacked before that even happens.
I think Ten Hag will be gone by Christmas.
Gone by Christmas?
Yeah. I think if they're out of the top 6 by Christmas, I think he'll be gone.
Yeah. See, I have a similar thing. Like, I love Ange Postecoglou, but I think Tottenham are letting him tread a very thin line, because I think he's got the right idea there, but he doesn't have a lot of the players. They didn't make a hell of a lot of signings, but at the same time, you know, like Mickey van der Ven got a knock before the game, which is why he was out. But if he's not in that squad, it goes to show absolutely rubbish.
Yeah.
Like the goals that Newcastle scored were pretty much counter-attacking goals.
Our lollipop goals.
Yeah. And 100% Van der Ven would have been there for every single one and would have stopped it, because he's just lightning. He's a big presence. Like, he can move the ball. He's a ball-playing defender as well. So I'm under the, I guess, assumption that Ange will probably go around Christmas as well.
Maybe. Tottenham are fairly loyal.
Yeah.
You know, they have been in the past.
I hope not.
Maybe not. They might give him a chance. I think they've obviously won one, lost one, and drawn one. So, you know, better than United. That have lost 2 and won 1, and they only just won that first one. I think overall, even with Tottenham, they've got, I think, a lot better players than United, I would say.
Yeah.
Like at the moment, in terms of who they got and their depth in positions.
Do they have a player like the superstar? Yeah, they've got Van der Ven.
They've got Van der Ven. I think they've got...
He's a superstar.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. Sonny's obviously there. They've got, obviously, they bought Solanke from Bournemouth, so they'll score goals when he's back after this international break. And then they've obviously got guys like not necessarily top superstars, but good quality players like Kulusevski.
So like mid-tier.
Yeah, mid-tier, like, or just above mid-tier, that Maddison, like Kulusevski.
Oh, man, Maddison hit the post.
Yeah.
That was insane.
So they've got a good enough team to probably make top 4, top 6.
Yeah.
As I would say with Tottenham. But in terms of winning it, they're going to have to pull out a Leicester kind of performance to actually win the title, because at the moment, I don't think no one's stopping City, Arsenal, Liverpool at the moment with the direction that they're heading.
Yeah, very true.
I can see with Maresca, with Chelsea, that they can get up to those heights if they can actually start taking the next gear of actually putting teams away.
Yeah.
When they've got the momentum.
Absolutely.
Like, you put Pep in that team and choose Pep instead of Maresca, I reckon Pep would have had them like motoring and flying, where he would have probably focused on just that extra little bit of finish at the end of the pieces.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, we can score goals, but defending him is another question.
Yeah, exactly. I I guess let's touch on Erling Haaland, man. Like
Haaland,
Alan Shearer.
He's unstoppable. Erling Haaland's obviously unstoppable at the moment. I think he's double hat-trick 2 weeks in a row. You can't stop him. The man cannot be stopped.
No.
Unless someone injures him, he's not going to be stopped. And I can just picture, if I was standing out there in that central defensive position, seeing this bloke fucking run through, I'm thinking, this is going to be a long fucking day.
Bloody rapid too.
This is going to be a long fucking night.
Like,
if I'm sitting here watching him running to me, I'm going, I've got my hands pulled out, tonight, especially with how athletic he is.
Yeah.
But his finishing is just great from anywhere.
Yeah.
He makes it look so easy to finish outside the box, inside the box, bottom left corner, right corner, and keepers just are like, where's it going to go? Like, there's so much fear that he's putting into the opposition.
Yeah, I think he'll stay at City for quite an amount of time. Like, I think he'll renew his contract one more time for a long term, maybe like a 5 or 6 year, and then as soon as that's done, I reckon he'll just leave on a free, and then he'll go wherever he wants.
He'll go to Real Madrid.
Yeah, or Barca.
Yeah,
or he might even go like over to Bayern.
Oh, he's going to try and probably do what Ronaldo did, go to each of the leagues, try and break the records in each of the leagues across his career and be the greatest striker of all time, which I think he will be.
I was watching him the other day, and I just thought this is probably the best striker I've seen since like I was watching like Thierry Henry, Didier Drogba. Like obviously R9's a different sort of character. Like they're all different sort of players, right? But Haaland, I think, could cut it with any of them in their prime.
Any of them, and he is just able to do some things that only he can do. Yeah, he's got skill sets that only he can do, and
it's like when you're watching Ibrahimovic. Like you watch Ibrahimovic, you're like, all right, well, no one else can do that. Like no one else can get there and grab a handful of someone's face and be like, nah, see ya.
And this is where I think, like compared to like Arsenal, for example, this is where I think Arsenal are that still haven't found that ability to just convert. Because imagine you've got Manchester City, where you've got the best striker in the world, probably Erling Haaland at the moment, in their side. That's going to play mostly every game apart from a couple. With Champions League, that's going to score 30-plus goals in the Prem.
Yeah.
He's going to single-handedly go double hat-trick, and they've got Brentford this week. Probably goes another hat-trick.
Yeah.
Because Brentford have been conceding goals.
Yeah, they have.
And I think City's going to dominate possession, like we've shown. He could go another hat-trick this week, and he could just keep going, and he'll just come out with 30-something-plus goals, break the Premier League record for goals this season, and we're looking potentially at the greatest striker of all time.
Yeah, 100%. Alan Shearer came out and said, I'm running out of words to describe this man.
Greatest.
Like, even then, like, you just...
24. Nah. He's 24.
He's just lining it up.
He's sitting there in, like, the old FIFA 09 where Messi was 91 rated at 21 years of age and, Ronaldo was 90 rated, and he's probably the greatest striker we'll see.
Who's on the cover of EA FC 25 this year?
I have no idea. Mbappe?
Maybe.
Might be Mbappe.
Needs to be Haaland.
Needs to be Haaland for sure.
Needs to be Haaland. Could be Bellingham.
Needs to be Haaland. But yeah, with Manchester City, they don't look like they're getting out of first gear yet. And the thing is, Foden hasn't actually played really at all.
Yeah.
With an illness. Walker hasn't been put back in that side because Rico Lewis is playing as a 6. Rodri hasn't played. Yeah, so knowing that with City, they've still got those 3 players to come in and start playing minutes, I guess the potential of how far that they can go again, it's scary. I think it's no one's going to get up there with those 3 teams at the moment.
Definitely
unless there's some type of international break hangover, which Liverpool, Russ is hoping it doesn't happen, but I think they'll be fine.
We'll see, man, because like World Cup qualifiers, Colombia play, Panama.
Who did England play?
England. Who are England playing?
We're looking at guys like Trent. And seeing what he comes back from.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I think overall in the Premier, there's only really 3 teams that are matching it for now.
Yeah.
But remember Tottenham last season, Andrew was killing it the first 9 games.
Yeah, true.
And then they just kind of fell off a cliff a bit, got a few injuries.
Yeah.
And they struggled to keep their form.
Absolutely.
So there's 38 game weeks. Anything can happen.
I'm sorry, Colombia are playing Peru, not Panama.
Okay. That's Diaz.
Again, that's Diaz. Uruguay, so you've got
Nunez.
Nunez, he's playing Paraguay.
He's struggling to get minutes, Nunez.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Jota's playing well.
Jota is playing well, and I think Arne Slot prefers Jota. I think Slot also realizes that Nunez is still
Got a lot to work
quite
on.
young and got a lot to work on. It's naive, a little bit of naiveness, but you could tell when he came on against Man United, he was a bit of just a menace.
Yeah.
He was running hard at everything. He was running hard at Anana, and Anana was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, there's always something. But like with Nunez, he's a great impact player with this side now.
Yeah.
I think you could bring him on and he could just create something and be there. But Jota's the guy that's going to play 75-plus minutes every week unless he's injured, which I think is better for Liverpool anyway. What was some funny moments of the week where you found?
Funny moments.
Any come to mind?
Casemiro being pulled in after.
How bad was he? Like I remember for that goal that I'm pretty sure Diaz scored. He turned the ball over. I think it was to Szoboszlai or whoever it was. And you should have seen on the replay, or Rab Merch, you should have seen on the replay, his effort to come back was so slow and so weak that it looked like he was on a treadmill on speed 6, just running and just cruising and going, oh, you guys have got it. I fucked up, though, and you guys have got it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And, I'm fine. And then the ball comes straight past him and goes all the way to Diaz, and then Diaz just converts it first time.
It's like that Simpsons episode where, like, Homer and Bart are chasing the pig. Like, it's a little dirty. It's still good. It's still good. It's a little wet. It's still good. It's still good.
And then it's not.
Casemiro. He's like, oh, it's a goal.
Yeah, that's the least of United's problems, I think, with that. He obviously got hooked.
Like, the young guy that came on was actually quite good. Other couple of funny moments.
Oh, look, across the week, I think just the whole, for me, the funniest moment was seeing Everton just bottle that 2-0 lead. And I'm sitting there watching the highlights and goals and just seeing another one went in, like another headed goal. Just seeing the defence and just seeing how, like, they all just shit their pants in the defence. But then the crowd standing there, like, almost about to kill someone. Yeah. They're about to kill their own team.
I would not be surprised if, like, their main part of the fans were like, no, let's take a stand against this and let's just bail.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised in 6 weeks' time if Everton goes 0-6, you won't see the fans in the stadium.
Yeah.
They'll be rioting out the front of the stadium.
It's really bad considering they're meant to be moving into a new stadium next year. Like, you're going to move into a new stadium with 5,000 fans rocking up because you're playing shit football?
Hilarious. Look, there are some other good moments, I think.
Yeah, I guess, like, a couple of, like, happy moments to see. You had, who was it?
It was probably someone from Ipswich.
Yeah. No, it was Adama. Adama's actually starting to look like the dangerous Adama again, like he was for Wolves.
They're giving him opportunities for him to do what he needs to do.
Yep.
It was good to see at least some other guys play.
Chris Wood scored.
New Zealand God. Chris Wood, the New Zealand God, scored. Obviously, Palace have gone in the window and they've signed a couple. Eddie Nketiah. They've signed LaCroix.
Yeah.
So, like, the vibes are just immaculate at the moment at Palace. So, I've seen on their social media they're going absolutely nuts. To be fair, once they put Nketiah in that starting lineup, which I think it will be where Kamada is, or they've got to have Mateta and Nketiah in. Maybe they'll play 2 up top. Who knows?
Yeah,
but
it'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting to see. And then they got LaCroix going in as a central defender.
Yeah,
like, just it's an exciting team to watch. Like, I'm keen to watch Palace with all 3 of them out there with Eze and whatnot, and just seeing them bang some goals in.
It's like when Elise, Eze, like were there. Like, like hopefully. They can create that excitedness again. But the Palace manager is playing very, very good. He has.
I think I like watching them play purely for the unpredictability of what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess Mbeumo scored the easiest goal of his life.
Easiest 2 goals.
Yeah, easiest 2 goals.
He got 2 tap-ins pretty much from the goal. And to be fair, if you got him in and everyone predicted he was going to go pretty well that game week in Southampton, he just had to stand there and put it in.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And he just said, see you later, Southampton. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. I was happy with Bellegarde's shot
from Wolves. That was a cracker of a shot outside the box. To get them 1-1, because other than that, Wolves were, I think, doing really well in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that was a great goal. And then anything else from the weekend? I don't think there's much else going on. It was there was not many clean sheets. There was only Liverpool.
Yep. Man U's the only team
that's
that
the
didn't
game.
score a goal.
That's the only team that didn't score a goal. So every other team had a goal scored against them, which there was no really good defenders in FPL.
And look, 4-1 draws too. So 4-1 draws like throughout the whole entire thing. Like I think you got to be a little bit frustrated at if
for sure
you're an FPL manager.
But if we briefly go through game week 4 after the international break, so Russ, Southampton versus Man United, who are you taking?
Imagine
the battle of the relegation.
No, it'll be Man U. Like Man U.
Who knows?
Surely.
Who knows?
I swear to God.
Southampton have to win a game, and this is
Eric
the one.
Ten Hag doesn't get away with a win, he will be sacked.
Oh, if Southampton win against Manchester United, it will be the glorious story of FPL.
Yeah.
Or even Premier League football.
I'll get a cake. I'll get a Man U cake and like start eating it. I don't know why, but
yeah. Well, we will on the podcast buy a Southampton jersey and sit here and do the next FPL episode with Southampton shirts. If Southampton beat Manchester United. So interesting one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brighton versus Ipswich. I think Brighton probably get the win.
Yeah, I think so.
Palace versus
Pedro is João Pedro's lighting it. Welbeck's lighting it.
Minte.
You got
Minima.
What do you reckon? A goal each from those four?
Maybe. I think it'll be pretty close. I think they'll definitely get a few. I think Ipswich will bag a goal as well.
Yeah.
Because they can score.
Be interesting to see, I think, with Ipswich because, they have scored 2 goals in 3 games.
Yeah. I think they can get one, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace and Leicester. I actually think Palace will win this game if they play Nketiah and they play those guys.
Yeah, see, the unpredictability of it is the fact it's Leicester.
Playing at home, though, I think they'll get it done.
Yeah. Fulham versus West Ham.
Ooh.
Mate, that's a draw.
Battle of the Derby, isn't it? Are they London Derby?
Yeah, I think so.
Look, it's a tough one. I think West Ham will win. Or it will be a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I'm calling like a 1-1 or 2-1 because honestly, like West Ham just can't function as a team.
No.
At the moment, like
they've got good and bad moments.
Yeah, unless they're gonna go like lose 1, win 1, lose 1, win 1.
Who knows?
So
Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. I think Liverpool win this, but I do think Forest will get a goal.
Yeah.
Look, to be honest, Forest have been defending all right. So
who knows defensively? And I mean, look at the signings they've made in the past 2 years, and they're starting to work together as a team and everything. Like obviously, we just need to try and cut the supply to Chris Wood, keep him quiet. But also watch out for Elanga.
Yeah. Elanga, Gibbs White,
and
Hudson-Odoi. Okay, so Man City versus Brentford. I think Man City are going to win this 3 or 4 goals.
Yeah, look, I don't know. I think like now that Tony's gone, like officially gone, I think there'll be like a lot more like I guess happiness about.
Oh, for Brentford, for sure.
And
I think City control 70% of the ball.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Brentford. See against Brentford against Liverpool, they didn't even get a shot.
Yeah, true.
So I think this could be very similar.
International hangover, maybe.
Maybe.
Like De Bruyne will be playing,
but Foden had a rest. Rodri's
going to be playing. Like,
true.
Depends on how
they're going.
On what happens there.
Villa versus Everton. I think Villa.
4-0.
Watkins hat trick. Come on, let's go.
Someone say Anana to come in.
Or Duran hat trick.
Anana will come in and he'll do an Emmanuel Adebayor and just run to the other end and be like, "Oi, cop that!" No.
Anana will celebrate against the Everton fans when he
mate, imagine the scenes.
The scenes,
like
the
Everton,
outcry.
Yeah, that's where Everton fans are just going to be like, "Nope, storm the pitch."
You probably have no Everton fans travel for the away game. It's probably not going to travel.
Yeah. Why would you?
Yeah, for that team. Bournemouth versus Chelsea. I think Chelsea will get the win, maybe 2-1.
Yeah, well, because that would be Kepa's. Is Kepa allowed to play against?
Probably not.
What's he?
He's on loan. Probably not.
Yeah, well, sometimes in the contract they have that, but sometimes they'll just be like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. You can play against us."
Yeah. Or probably is that.
How many keepers do Chelsea have on loan?
Yeah, we just pushed a few out.
Pushed like 4.
We're doing business. We're not actually winning anything.
Oh, my God.
We're just making money.
Yeah.
So, Tottenham versus Arsenal, probably match day of the round.
Oh, yeah.
I think Arsenal win this. I think they'll win this probably 2-0.
Yeah.
Maybe even 2-1.
Yeah. Spurs always seem to go okay against the big teams, though.
They do. But I just think now Arsenal's on a pretty different level.
Yeah, and it depends if Solanke plays or not.
Yeah, which I would think
he back for it.
I think he would. He said he was going to be. Man said he'd be back after the international break. So
yeah,
I think he will. It'll be a good game. Obviously, Arsenal away, but it's the derby. So
yep.
Wolves versus Newcastle, close game.
Yeah, right.
Newcastle haven't been that good defensively.
No, definitely not.
And in terms of opportunities, they've been kind of up and down.
Yeah, I think Eddie's like, let's just score goals.
You'd think,
goals and whatever about the defense, you know.
Yeah. You think Newcastle win this game, but Wolves need to win.
Yeah.
And they've been scoring goals.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely will. So
maybe it's 3-2.
Look, we're not going to go, I guess, too in-depth with players that you should buy. We won't do our Bust of the Week, Ball of the Week. We'll save that for next week. We'll do a quick little pod next week for you guys. Just have a listen. Yeah, make sure you guys share it all.
Yeah.
I think...
And with the picks next week, like it'll just be just on picks. So we've already kind of talked a bit about the games, but we're just going to go through just the picks.
Yeah.
So it'll just be the picks in the game, whereas this is a bit of a debrief when we had a chance of all the games over the weekend. So next week will just be the best FPL picks after some of these international games and just seeing if there's going to be any rotation. Because like I said, now that we've played the international games, they might start rotating a couple players for workload.
Champions League coming up
very soon.
I think our first game, Liverpool's first game's at AC Milan.
Yeah, which will be a tough game. Look, at the end of the day, it's all just wait and see. But next episode, we'll be going through the picks, and we'll get back to you guys in that time. So give us a follow on TikTok. That's where we post all our updates. Give us a follow on YouTube, and then we'll obviously go through the next episode next week, and we'll probably upload it around that Tuesday.
Yep. And look, I'll say it once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it 3 times. Share, share, share. Please. Share it with your mates. Share it with whatever fantasy Premier League groups that you have. Like, just get us out there, right? I guess we think we're funny, but you guys are the judge there.
We just enjoy it. But, as I said, go Southampton.
Yeah, we'll get a shirt ready. So.
See you next week, guys.
See you guys.